Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. It's morning here where I am. Maybe you can tell that with the halo effect that I've got going on with the sun behind me. And I am, speaking of behind me, if you look behind me, you will see the sprawling city of Vienna, Austria, which is where I happen to be right now. And when I travel, this is not, as always, this is not a paid advertisement. I kind of wish it was. It'd be kind of cool. When I travel, I generally use my iPhone with my Verizon roaming plan. And that generally will cost me, I think last I checked, it's 12 bucks a day for unlimited in bunny rabbit ears data. Why do I say bunny rabbit ears? Because it's 5 gigs of data. To me, that sounds like a limit. Anyway, it's 5 gigs and then it gets throttled to like slow speeds. So there's no limit. Again, those are limits, but whatever. I didn't do that this time. I bought a subscription, or like a 2-week package with Saley, and I looked at Air, Allo, and another one. I went with Saley mostly because I got a discount code, but they also had slightly higher daily data limits than Air, Allo. Again, this is not an ad for either of those. I'm just telling you which ones I used. If I had a referral code, I'd stick it right in the link and hopefully you would click on it and maybe I would make a few cents or something. But anyway, not the case right now. Maybe by the time I post this video, that'll change and I'll have found a referral link. I'm not aware of one at the moment. Anyway, why am I talking about this right now? Because it's not an ad for either of those. It's a public service announcement. When I started, when I switched over to the eSIM on my iPhone, I noticed that I just realized I'm not recording through my microphone. This whole time, I've been doing this wrong. It's doing right. Oh, now I just messed it up. Okay, hold on. Dear viewer, dear listener, dear whomever, yeah, please with me. It's so bright I couldn't see. 1 second, 1 second. We're back, we're back. Yep, we're back. Okay, all right. Apologies for that brief interruption. Anyway, what I noticed is I open up my Messages app on iPhone, the default, not like WhatsApp, not Signal, just Messages. And a number of my contacts, most of them were disassociated with phone numbers. So I just saw phone numbers instead of names and icons. And I was like, what the heck? I knew it was eSIM related, right? I knew it had to be something with that, but I didn't know what the actual problem was or what the fix was. And so I played around with it, and then I was able to see a pattern. Like if I tried to message somebody using their email address, which is associated with their Apple ID, that would work just fine. If I tried to message somebody on their phone number, like 617 blah 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 blah, it would try to send that as SMS. And I did one of those, and that one message cost me 12 bucks. Because even though I had set my travel eSIM from Saley to be the primary data cellular eSIM, the SMS routed out through Verizon. So I turned off all cellular service for the primary phone number. And then in the eSIM, I was able to set my own phone number. So it's like, okay, this is you when you're sending and receiving messages. Okay, that's fine. But what I noticed was a number of folks still were not associating with their contacts. And I would get a text message from, say, my friend Greg, and it's like, maybe from Greg. And I looked, and the only difference was when I got the text message in through the eSIM from someone else, the country code for the United States, which is +1, was included. And by adding that number or changing the number for my friend in my contacts to include the country code, all of a sudden my phone was bright enough to realize, hey, this is this person, and I can send them messages via iMessage and not SMS anymore. So 5 minutes into this video, the whole point is make sure in your contacts, if you travel and you use another SIM card or an eSIM, to have the country code in your contacts information. And in the US, 99% of all the people you have in your contacts will probably have a 1 in front of their phone number. So like if you're in Massachusetts like me and your phone number starts with 617, don't just type 617 blah 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 blah. Type in 1617 blah 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 and save yourself a hassle when traveling with your eSIM. All right, safe travels everybody. Bye.